Lasermate, eject, operation, channel intro.
Hello fellow YouTubers, WfC Stop Motioner here, and here it is finally time for the big bad. I am re-reviewing Siege Megatron. A pretty good figure. Again, nothing exceptional, but he's still good. I mean, he's better than that awful looking Earthrise one that I knew I wasn't going to pick up from the moment it was announced. So, tank mode, it's a little weird looking, but I mean, it's Cybertronian tank. So, I'm one of those people who will give it a pass. Kind of hollow at the back, and if you lose the sword, he still kind of looks like a tank, but definitely looks better with the sword attached. And of course, he doesn't turn it into his traditional gun form, but I'm okay with that. Here he is with his rival. This is Earthrise Optimus. I'm still not fully sure if I do want to go back and get the Siege Optimus. I'll probably talk about that more when I get around to re-reviewing this guy. Either way, they can go at each other and fight. Now, there is a feature where you can rotate the turret, but you kind of have to undo this front here because otherwise it just kind of collides with it. It's just a little tough. In terms of rolling, like I've said before, it's not exactly like you want a tank to go speeding along. It is a little tough to get the treads lined up, but it can be done. It's got some battle damage on the top there, the treads right there, so that's cool. It's got some yellow lights in the front for some reason. So I think that pretty much covers the tank mode. So on to his transformation. His transformation is a little basic, but I'm okay with that. So to begin, just detach the sword. You just put it together like that. Alright. Alright. Now you take this section, pull it out, untab the treads right here, pull this up, then just kind of push those into place. You take this, untab it, pull this down, and just kind of finagle the knees a little bit. Pull the foot down, pull out the heel. Do the same on this side, just kind of pull this part out first, angle it, flip the heel out again. Then rotate here at the waist. You just come back here and just keep the gun on this side, if you're picky like I am anyway. You kind of fold these down, rotate the gun, fold out the fists. For some reason this one folds up in more, and this one doesn't. And it just kind of hangs there, whereas this one seems to kind of snap into place. It's kind of weird. I don't know if this is just on my copy or not, but it's just interesting. You just fold these into place, tab them in, pull this part down, You just lift the head up. And there you have the robot mode. And I do like this robot mode. Now the first version of him that I got actually was broken. One of these right here was broken off, I forget which one it was. And the handle for the sword had broken off also. It was one that someone had returned, so things happen. I was able to get another one, and this one's a good copy, so that's good. Anyway, look at him, and he definitely embodies G1 Megatron, aside from not having his gun on the back, which I have tried to replicate with his sword, but it just doesn't work for me. But the sword is still pretty cool. You can stick it into his hands. And he's ready to do battle. Right here he is with Earthrise Optimus. Optimus just barely edges him out. Maybe that's how it was in G1, I don't remember. I'm used to Megatron being noticeably taller than Optimus, but, you know. It might have been different in G1, I kind of forget. Got his Decepticon symbol right there. And the battle damage on his chest. Now, the chest doesn't really incorporate into the alt mode, but oh well. I say oh well a lot, but that's just all I can say sometimes. Now for his articulation. Head is on a ball joint, however, it's kind of messed up by having this part not really locking into place and being very loose. I think the Netflix one had it where this part was a lot tighter, but I was still okay with this one. Anyway, head on a ball joint, you can look up a little bit, and if you do that, you can have him look down into his chest. And don't really get a full rotation out of it, which is unfortunate, but I generally don't want them to do 360s anyway. Shoulders, those can do full 360s. Pull them out this far, so that works. Rotation right here. And the elbows are a little weird. You kind of, they go up a fair bit, not a whole lot, but a fair bit. You kind of have to force them at this part. And then this elbow you seem to need to do it twice, which is really odd. Again, I don't know if that's just my figure or not, but still. Something worth pointing out. Get a waist swivel due to the transformation. Legs can kick forward that far, and back that far with the backpack, but you can maneuver it and kick back even further. Can kick out that far, so that's pretty good. Get a rotation right here. You get a knee bend, pretty good knee bend there, and foot and heel articulation if you so choose. Now ankle tilt on this guy does not work very well, because you have to kind of undo this part. You gotta put it back into place, which is just kind of annoying given that a lot of them have very smooth ankle tilts. You don't have to feel like you're partially transforming it. And this doesn't play into the transformation. It's just kind of odd. I don't know why they did that. Of course, he's got his fusion cannon that can come off, but I always want the gun on. So I think that about covers this figure. I can't really think of much more to talk about. So I'll go ahead and stick them on the display. Alright, so there's Siege Megatron with my Decepticon display. So you gotta have Megatron. So overall, this is a good figure. In my opinion, if you're thinking about which one you should get between this and the Earthrise one, definitely this one. I don't have the Earthrise one, but from what I saw, he looked like trash. So definitely try to get this one, especially since in my area, he was another one that wasn't a great seller. Although I think this was just due to oversaturation. They produced too many of them or something like that. So I don't think he should be too expensive online. And if you don't have him, you need a G1 Megatron. So I do recommend him. Or if you can get the Netflix version, that one did look like he had a better paint job. I'm just happy with this one. So today we were looking at a pretty easy to find figure, but tomorrow we'll be looking at probably one of the rarest figures in my collection. So stay tuned for that. And if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and God bless.